Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Stocks on the move. I'm Charlie Pellet. Joining us now, Bloomberg Equities reporter Natalia Knivochevich, who is here to discuss a number of stocks that are moving. And I do want to begin with the gift that keeps on giving, Natalia. That is WBD, Warner Brothers Discovery. What's happening with this stock today?
Hi, Charlie. So the stock is down by 1.4% today after reports from the New York Post saying that Paramount Skydance could walk away from its 30 per share cash bid, and instead it could litigate against the company's board for how it handled the process. People inside Paramount Skydance told the New York Post that they want to allege that directors and management ignored their 6 all-cash offer for the company and actually favored Netflix's cash stock bid throughout the bidding process. But as of now, we are still waiting, and we have time until late January until investors would make a decision.
And what I read between the lines on this is while we've got a weekend coming up for a lot of people, I'm betting that the bankers are going to be working over the weekend for any developments come Monday.
Absolutely. I'm sure that next week we hear more news on this potential deal.
So switching gears now from Warner Brothers Discovery over to Sable Offshore, SOC on the ticker. What's going on with Sable?
So we have this news development. So on December 23rd, the stock jumped by almost 37% after U.S. regulators issued an emergency special permit for a part of that contested California pipeline, which would pave the way for Sable Offshore to begin pumping crude at its offshore oil rigs. But today we got news that Environmental Defense Center and Center for Biological Diversity filed an emergency motion to hold the restart of this contested California pipeline. Environmental groups are saying that restarting the pipeline would invite another oil disaster on the Central Coast. So that is why the stock is down by almost 13% today. And again, this is still in process, and we may hear more news maybe early next year or maybe even next week.
So we switch gears now from Sable Offshore, one of 2 down stocks today, over to a retailer that is moving higher, and that is Target. What's going on there?
Right. So the Target, the ticker is TGT. Shares are up by 2.7% today after Financial Times reported that an activist investor built a stake in the big box retailer. They citing people familiar with the matter. The FT said that Tom's Capital Investment Management made a significant investment in Target without disclosing any details. In response to this request for a comment, Target said that it maintains, quote, a regular dialogue with investment community, and it has a priority to get back to growth. Anyway, despite this gain today, we see that the stock is down by almost 30% on a year-to-date basis.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.